Iman Gadzhi, Andrew Tate, Hormozi. These are not regular content creators, these are cult leaders. In the past 2 years, I've made 7 figures online selling courses on YouTube. And most people think making money on YouTube is all about thumbnails, titles, editing, camera, microphone. The bullshit, right? But let me ask you this question. When was the last time you bought a course or a high ticket coaching program because the guru had nice edits? Probably never. Like, it doesn't even make sense. And if you did, you're fucking stupid, right? And the thing is, for someone who is selling some sort of marketing help and whatnot, not me personally, but the other gurus that are out here on YouTube, they are telling you that you're not making sales because you don't know how to hook people and your thumbnails suck. But this is not the truth, okay? This is not the truth. The truth is that you need to learn how to brainwash people and you need to become a cult leader, okay? And I want to show you how to do that. And I want to show you how to become a god. And I want to show you how to become the only solution to fix your prospects' life's problems. I want to show you the dark tactics and techniques the occults have been using for centuries and to these days are used by your favorite gurus. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. The first thing that you need to understand is that gurus have engineered their aura, okay? And aura, it's all about perception, appearing effortless, and making themselves look bigger than life. Let's get into perception because this is the most important part when it comes to being a guru. Without this, no matter what tricks you're using, no matter what techniques, no matter what editing software you're using, you'll not make any money whatsoever. Okay, so perception is visual, especially on YouTube. As you can see, this is a visual platform, right? And when it comes to the visual part, you need to understand that who you are, where you are, and how you say things is what's gonna bring you the sales, okay? Not the title, not the thumbnail, not the hook. Who, where, and how. And I took the liberty to create this beautiful Venn diagram that shows you exactly how this works. So the who is your story, right? Pretty much it answers the question of why should anyone listen to you? If you have achieved nothing, you are still a student, okay? And that's totally fine, but you won't get any sales. So if you have achieved something, you need to show it and you need to learn how to present whatever thing that you have achieved as like the best thing that ever happened to you and as the best thing that can ever happen to your prospect, to your viewer. Otherwise, nobody cares. And I want to give you a quick example. Yesterday I was on Facebook, I was scrolling around, and then I saw this dude that was teaching people how to become more confident or how to build some sort of social circle and whatnot. And this dude was sitting at a white IKEA desk in a weird kitchen with a Dell laptop, and there was this weird LED light from the kitchen, and the guy looked like he never had a friend in his life. He looked like he never felt the touch of a woman. And no matter what posts he's gonna make, no matter what he's gonna say, nobody's gonna buy his stuff because he is a nobody. And he looks like a nobody because of where he took that picture, right? Let's look at this example from Iman Gadzhi. The production value of this video, I think it's one of his first videos on his new channel. It's absolute dog shit, right? It's just an iPhone, no microphone, no production, no editing whatsoever. But he's in a Rolls Royce or a Maybach. He has a personal driver and everything looks extremely casual to him. Okay? It's not such a great thing that's happening to him, like for example with this guy Ashton Hall or whatever. People are even making fun of him because he's trying so hard to show the Rolls-Royce logo. He's trying to show the Van Cleef bracelet. I think he has a Rolex Datejust here. He's trying too hard, okay? And that's why in a couple of months nobody's gonna know who this guy is. Probably nobody even talks about him anymore. He's a nobody, right? Because of who he is, where he is, and how he says things, right? Maybe not this particular example, but what I'm trying to say is like how you say things, like how confident do you sound whenever you speak, okay? Because communication is 80 to 90% delivery and 10% the actual words that you're using. So if you understand this, and if you learn how to master this perception, and if you judge every piece of content that you're putting out there through this filter, who you are, right? I started this video by saying I've made 7 figures selling courses on YouTube. So that's that. Where, the way I'm dressed, I hope you like my shirt, it's one of my favorites, and how I say it, I sound very confident when I'm saying this. So I'm creating this perception. Okay, I mean, it's not I'm creating it, but I that's how things are, okay? But you need to understand that if I would come to you and I would have like a t-shirt stained with pizza, and then I would have like dirty boxes from like leftovers from last night and whatnot, like you wouldn't take me seriously. You know what I mean? I hope it makes sense. Then we have the second step when it comes to creating your aura, which is you have to make everything seem effortless. You just magically make it happen, and you never ever show your struggles. Let me ask you this: have you ever seen any of these guys like posting on a daily basis how much they are struggling? Because I can guarantee you that these guys are working like 24/7, right? Especially Hormozi, like everyone knows that. But I can guarantee that this guy is waking up in the morning and he's checking his phone and he's like talking with some team member. Same with this guy. Like these guys are working 24/7, but they never show you this, right? They just show up in a Ferrari, in a Lambo. They are just showing up and they just flex on you, right? And you cannot imagine how they can be so cool. Everything just happens to them, and you start to think about like the fucking law of attraction or some shit like that. But in fact, they are just working really hard, and they are just manipulating the perception that you have over them, right? And this is a great example. There's this video, maybe you want to check it out, Andrew Tate on Flavor. He's talking about a moment in his past, and this is again something really important. He's talking about how he used to eat this type of food that had no flavor, and they called it flavor. And this is an amazing contrast because look at him. He's dressed like a G. He's smoking a cigar indoor. Probably this watch is $250,000. He has glasses. Here you can see the CCTV with the sports cars and whatnot. So there is a huge discrepancy between where he is right now and where he used to be. Okay? So why is this important? Because whenever I get a new client, like one of the first things that we need to do is to figure out their life story, okay? The problems that they went through, the bullshit that they had to deal with as they became the hero that they are today. Because you want to use those stories to position yourself as someone who has been through a lot of shit, and then you become relatable, and people will be able to associate themselves with your old past, and now they see you living this amazing effortless life, and you'll be like, oh shit, I need to buy from this guy. He is what I used to be, or he was what I am now, so I should follow him, I should learn from him. Okay? And here's an example that I was thinking about yesterday as I was putting this together. Imagine coming home and seeing your dad crying every night. You'd still love him, but you'd lose respect. Okay, not consciously, subconsciously. You wouldn't feel safe anymore. He'd stop being the strong figure you look up to. Okay, it's the same with you as a guru. If you share your struggles while you are in them, you lose authority. But if you share them after you've conquered them, now this is a hero story. This is so important to understand. Like, you'll be making a shit ton of money if you become vulnerable about your past self, because then you'll be building this persona of like how great your life is right now versus how shit it used to be. And then you're inspiring people, right? You're inspiring people, and you can show them that, look, it can change, right? I hope it makes sense. Then we have this bigger than life, okay? People will start talking about you. They comment, they judge, they scrutinize. Like, people are Iman Gadzhi, Tate, Hormozi, they are living in people's head rent-free. And that's what happens when you become a real guru. The truth is, not many will end up in this situation. Very few people. But I would recommend you to be like a guru. Like, why not? You are getting the entire market. You are making the most amount of money. You are making the most amount of impact. And this, what I just presented to you, might seem artificial, might seem manipulative, and it is. But you can use this for the good, not only for the bad. Because you can use all these techniques that I share with you here, and you can start thinking about how you can create your own persona and whatnot to be able to sell your stuff to people so you can help them. You don't have to scam them like Andrew Tate and whatnot, right? Look at Hormozi. So he's helping a lot of people. So it's like a hammer, right? The hammer just is. You decide if you wanna use it to put a painting in the wall or to kill someone. Okay, I hope it makes sense. Then we have isolation. It's when it comes to isolation, you need to understand there is a common enemy that sets you apart. So in pretty much everyone's case, there's this idea of the matrix that Andrew Tate came up with. Okay. So for everyone, it doesn't matter what kind of coach you are, if you're an Airbnb coach, trading, dating, breakup, coding, design, whatever, you need to find a common enemy. Okay, it can be the education system, it can be the jobs, it can be the Disney, right? Because this also applies if you are, let's say, a dating coach, right? You can throw stones at Disney and say how Disney manipulated men and then made them weak to think that they have to do all this bullshit to be able to get a woman, right? And again, you can figure out this stuff by yourself, but the idea is that you need to have some sort of enemy. There needs to be a reason for you to exist. Okay, otherwise, if you just are without standing for something, standing against something, then people will not come to you, because you need to be polarizing. You need to say, fuck that shit, I hate it, I hate calisthenics, I hate the vegan diet, I hate the carnivore diet, I hate people who eat meat, I hate people who don't like dating, I hate jobs, I hate the educational system, whatever it might be, right? You need to have something that you are standing against, and then people will start coming towards you, okay? And then you start saying things like, you are the average of the 5 people that you are surrounding yourself with, okay? You start saying like, the poor stay poor because they see every opportunity as a scam. So now you found a common enemy, you created your persona, and then you start throwing these things that are true for every single person, okay? Like, you're a hardworking person, right? Yeah, nobody's gonna say no to that, right? So you start throwing these phrases, and people will start thinking, right? And now the reprogramming starts. Because look at this, like, it just makes sense. Like, whenever you say, hey, you are the average of the 5 people you are surrounding yourself with, and let's say you are selling a fitness program and you look like this, like, if you cannot look like this if your friends look like this, it's not possible, right? Because you are the average of the 5 people that you're surrounding yourself with. That's why my clients are successful, because they surround themselves with me, right? I hope it makes sense. So then you start throwing this casually in your content, like I just did. And then you start to make them feel special, right? Hey, you are watching this video because you know there is more to content than just titles and thumbnails. Like, probably most of you have tried the titles, the thumbnails, the hooks, but you're still not getting sales. You're getting views, you're getting likes, you're getting comments. People seem to like your content, but they're not booking calls, they're not buying anything from you. Why is that? Well, because you're focusing on the wrong thing. But now you understood that that's the problem. You just couldn't figure out why, right? And now you feel understood. And now you are more likely to become brainwashed by me, which is going to happen in a couple more videos. So then once you do this successfully, they will start to have this group think, right? They are accepting your message. And the great thing is that people love being told what to do, okay? That's why religion exists. That's why governments exist, because people like following instructions, because it doesn't require thinking. Our brain is like 2% of the mass of our entire body, but it's using like 20% of the energy, right? And our brain is designed to just be on autopilot most of the time. So then if you become the guru, the leader, and you just tell people what to do, and you say it with conviction, and you are signaling the fact that you know your shit, because you have the perception, you have the everything that you do seems effortless, you're bigger than life, people are more likely to listen to you. Okay, now once you do this, the indoctrination process begins, right? Because this is the part where they need to accept you. This is the intro part. Okay, the indoctrination process is actually super simple, and I came up with this analogy, and I hope you'll understand it, because I'm really proud of how I discovered this. So this is you here, right? You are the king of this castle, and then this castle has all these walls. Okay, has walls here, here. It has this moat, right? And these are your beliefs, so your belief system and your values, whatever you might be thinking or whatever your prospect is thinking. And now the point of the indoctrination process is to break these walls, to get rid of this water from here, and to get inside you here, to be able to install a new belief system, right? My belief system, okay, or your belief system, to be inserted into your prospect's mind. And by using biases, by engineering our content in a particular way, I'm going to make a video about this later, we're creating a key, right? And you need to understand that your prospect's mind looks like a key lock, okay? For each person, there is a different key lock, and you need a different key for each person, right? But with each piece of content, with each piece of like social proof, every single time you give something away for free, you are changing their perspective on something, you are giving them a bit of motivation, you are showing them how good your life is, you are being honest with showing them like how shit it used to be back in the day when you had the problem that they are having right now, and you show them how you solved it. You are carefully changing these ridges from the key, okay? And then at some point, the key is gonna have the right shape, it's gonna enter the lock, you dismantle their belief system and you replace it with yours, and then you get conversion, okay? And then this is actually super simple. Once they are converted, they will jump on the call with you and they'll buy from you. This is what gets you sales. Now you can understand why thumbnails, why titles, why editing, why the camera, the microphone doesn't matter. Look how much work there is to be done here. And then if you add all these on top of the psychology, then you'll be like unbeatable. This is the hard part. This is what I'm doing with my customers, with my clients. This is what has leverage, not this. I hope it makes sense. If you want me to help you scale your coaching business with YouTube, I invite you to join YouTube Sales Machine, which is my program. It's a one-on-one coaching program where I'm going to help you scale your business with YouTube. I'm going to help you hit $50,000 per month. This is for you if you're an established coach, if you're already making over $5,000 per month, if you have testimonials. The investment is minimum 5 figures. So don't come to me if you're broke. Don't come to me if you do not have the money. Do not come to me if you believe making money it's about getting likes, views, shares, all that bullshit, and thumbnails and titles. Don't come to me with that, okay? Because you're gonna waste my time, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.